Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
Well, whose wife are we talking about?
Like I said, I'd rather keep the specifics to myself.
Now look, I don't want to play any games. If you got something to say, say it.
All right, your wife. Alex and Vicky have been having an affair that's probably gone on for years.
No, I don't believe you. You can't be right.
I know it's tough for you to accept. But as much as I hate to be the one to tell you, it's true, and there is no changing that.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Stryker, you know what the doctors have said about drinking. Why are you doing it?
Stryker Bellman wants proof. Okay. That means the man's going to get proof. But there's no way I can get my hands on those pictures Billy Joe saw. And no way Bellman would believe a little worm like Billy Joe Wright. Proof. Hey, I can't get hold of those pictures. But the proof of the pudding is in... Terry? Let's eat. Terry, you know I could never stay away from you for very long. Everybody who's in love like we are has their little fights. Okay, big fights, whatever. As long as we end up back where we started out. Well, we're gonna start with dinner at the club. Yeah. Get yourself up here. I'll wine you, I'll dine you, and afterwards well, let's just plan on dessert at your place. Any flavor you want, baby. Whatever you're hungry for, that's what Clipper's gonna feed you. Why? By the way, Terry, Stryker Bellman and I have been thinking about your boss lately. A lot. So after cocktails, you and I are going to have a little talk about how Alex Wheeler's been making out.
The doctors may tell me what's best for the body, but I still prescribe for my soul.
Oh, you do, huh?
There's a reason why it's called fire water, you know.
Because it burns you out?
No. Because it fires you up again, makes you feel half human.
Stryker, I know, is 100% human all the time, and is.
It just goes to show how you can live with somebody for a long time and not know everything there is to know about him.
Well, I'd like to know. Why don't we sit down and figure out what's got you so blue today, old boy,
Don't bother your mind about it, Vicky. Just another long, tiresome day. I'd rather hear about your day.
Oh, well. Oh, a ratings war, the sponsors up in arms, the FCC on our back. You know, the kind of stuff that used to keep my blood pumping. But now it makes me feel like I need a transfusion. I'm probably just tired.
Sounds like a lot worse than just tired.
It just doesn't seem to be worth all that anymore, Stryker. KVIK would be just fine if I never set foot in that place again.
You know, years ago when you left me, it was to make your career click. You put a lot of yourself into your career, Vicky. It'd be sad after all this time to find out that it wasn't worth the candle. Or was there some other reason why you left me?
Stryker, the other night I overheard Rena trying to accuse me of something.
Then you also heard me cut her off.
Well, I thought I did, but from your tone just now, well,
You thought I was gonna let her attack her own mother. Now look, I know that I can't cure what's wrong between you two, but I am not gonna encourage the malady to spread.
You're loyal to both of us, Stryker. That's quite a tricky balancing act. I thank you for that.
Well, it requires looking the other way sometimes. But I still see out of the corner of my eye. I do see, Vicky. I'm not foolish and insensitive to what's going on around me as you've always thought.
What are you saying, Stryker? I've never thought those things.
I am not stupid. I know me. I know you. I know what you've always thought about me.
I have always loved you, Stryker.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
I guess you have always loved me, Vicky. But there's been a lot of in spite ofs mixed in that love. I've never been smooth and sophisticated. Never been handsome, honey. You've loved me in spite of my lacks.
What kind of talk is that, Stryker? Smooth and sophisticated. Now, what kind of person cares for those things? I have never wanted you to be anything other than you.
I am just an East Texas country boy who's wandered a long way from home. Maybe too far. Oh, I know you like the boy.
I always have.
But maybe there's a part of Vicky Bellman that has always craved, hankered, longed for the romantic hero type. Maybe somewhere along the line, you found him.
Don't Stryker.
Oh, I'm a lawyer. And lawyers always want to get to the bottom of things. I can't help it. It's in my blood.
Stryker, when we got back together, we said we wouldn't talk about the years that we spent apart. Those things are frozen in the past. They were what they were, and now is now. Now is our time, Stryker. And now is what we should be concerning ourselves with. And now it's time for supper. Let's go eat. We can both use the nourishment.
My lunch at the club was more than enough for me.
we have a reunion here. Oh, nothing could make me happier.
Oh, I bet you could dig something up.
Oh, I've always adored Terry's sense of humor, but really, I am serious. I'm thrilled to see the two of you back together again.
Thank you, Paige.
Of course, we all knew it was only a matter of time. Birds of a feather do flock together. I'm always delighted to see two lovebirds flocking.
Your interest is downright moving, Paige.
Oh, honey, when haven't I been interested in everything that interests you? We go way back, like sisters.
Maybe that's why we never could stand each other.
Oh, Terry, those were the old days. We did get in each other's way sometimes, didn't we? But no hard feelings. Tell you what, I'll sing something special for you tonight in honor of you all coming back to the nest.
That'd be very nice, Paige.
How about Hello, Young Lovers?
How about Tootsie Goodbye?
Hello, young lovers would be fine, Paige. Terry, I've forgotten to make a very important phone call I was supposed to make, so I'll have Billy Joe bring drinks over from the bar, and I'll be right back. Paige, why don't you sing for us?
Oh, I wouldn't think of leaving Terry here all alone in blue, but you hurry back now, Clip. Terry and I'll miss your sharp repartee. Boy, is he out of it tonight. Wonder what he's got on his mind.
Business.
Aha! I should have known. Nothing distracts Clip more than business. Nothing turns him on more than M-O-N-E-Y. Well, almost nothing.
How would you know what turns Clipper on?
Oh, I don't know, sugar. Just guessing.
Okay, Paige. I know you're accustomed to center stage. But this time it's going to be Terry Decker on stage and Paige Marshall as an audience of one.
Proceed, huh? It's always fun to have a chat with an old friend.
And we do go back, don't we?
Oh, I have such fond memories of those days, Terry. The ranch, the Deckers, the smell of horses.
Well, none of us ever could hold a candle to you in the razzle-dazzle department.
I know. It's easier to stay out of the race than to straggle in with the last of the losers.
For you, it's easier to cheat and chisel than to come in an honest second. The amazing thing is that you always pull it off, even though everybody sees right through you. I guess the people you tangle with think anybody that transparent must be harmless. Some of them even live to tell about it.
Maybe you should have been the actress, Terry, with your flair for the dramatic and all.
You think I'm exaggerating? Honey, I've got a file on you that goes back farther than you care to remember.
Ancient history.
Ancient history says a lot about the present and the future.
And history does repeat itself, doesn't it, Terry? Here in the big bad city, I've learned just how to peddle my wares. I'm not one to brag, but offhand, I'd say Clipper's mighty pleased with my wares.
Just you make sure you don't please him too much. Because if you do, I'll go right over his head and make sure you peddle your wares someplace else.
Go over Clipper's head? Wait a minute. I thought Clipper was the top of the world. Sweetheart, I think maybe our little talk is just getting underway.
Oh, honey, I'm glad you're home. I want to introduce you to Justin Marshall. You've heard me mention his name to you many times. Justin, this is Kevin.
Well, I'm sorry. I won't shake hands with you now. But I'm very pleased to meet you, Justin.
Well, next time. Very pleased to meet you, too. Yeah.
Of course, you know how Justin won his badge of courage, saving Ricky Decker's life out at the car races.
Yes, so I heard. I'm pleased to see you weren't injured more seriously.
Yes, I remember that you were checking on Justin's condition for Vicky the last time I dropped by your office. Tell me, darling, did she come by today to check up on anything?
No, Rena, she did not. But it is very kind of you to ask.
Well, fortunately, I haven't had the time to think about it all day. I've been too busy lapping up the lush this afternoon out at the ranch. You know, if Justin's hands hadn't been all bandaged up, he probably would have taken me riding, but it was a lovely day for just lying around in the grass. Wasn't it, Justin?
Yes, yes. Certainly was a lovely day out there today.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time for me to be on my way.
On your way where? Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't think so.
Honey, it's dinner time.
It's past dinner time.
With your hands all bandaged up, you're not even going to be able to open yourself a can of beans, let alone a dinner you really deserve. Why'd you stay for dinner?
Well, isn't this kind of short notice for you?
Oh, honey, you've been in Europe too long. You're forgetting Texan hospitality. Besides, it'll be a fun foursome. Now, Kevin can escort Iris, and you can escort me. I'm sure you'd love to see Iris again.
Yes, yes, I would like to see Iris again.
Before I came out to Texas, I always thought I'd be eating my dinners out by the campfire. You know, baked beans out of a can. I never expected blackberry cobbler and homemade vanilla ice cream. It was great.
Oh, I'll bet you never expected a 7-year-old bandito trying to steal it from you.
No, that's all right. I was a kid myself, you know.
You know, his sudden craving for your blackberry cobbler. And he's inviting himself to be your roommate in Houston.
Right.
The offer to let you ride Little Star?
Oh, only if I let him fly the chopper, remember?
That's right. You know, it means he likes you, Ronnie.
I like him. And I like you. You know, I've been pretending that I've been coming down here on business, you know? We just about wrapped up the sale of Mike Marshall's house, so now what am I going to pretend? I want to come out here to see you. But I'll only do that if you want me to. Do you?
And now, the next part of Texas.
I wouldn't be asking you if you didn't want the same thing. I know you do.
I do. The things I want can pull me in 2 different directions at the same time.
You can let them pull you in 2 directions and tear you in half, or you can choose a path, one path, and follow it.
Oh, just like that.
Right, just like that. Now, with all this thinking and weighing and considering when it's all over, it is pretty much just like that. And I think 5 years of waiting is enough. It's a big piece of your life, Ginny.
No, it's only time. And I've got plenty of it. Maybe 5 years isn't even enough to give.
Hey, time gets used up, Ginny. Life gets used up. Once a day goes by, it's gone, finished, over. Listen. You dreamed that Barrett was coming home. Well, he's not going to. Now, you can hang on to that dream for the rest of your life if you want to, or you can choose to live. But you're going to have to choose. Believe me, and it's not going to be very easy. It's going to be a lot of hard work. But you've never been one to shy away from a little work. And you won't be working by yourself, I promise.
Ryan, that's a good, strong speech. And it makes a lot of Ryan, I feel unfaithful. I feel unfaithful and I don't care. But I do care, and all these feelings are going on at the same time.
And all that maze of feelings is one that's stronger than the other, and that one's going to win out. This one.
I don't believe in caving in a new feeling just because it pops up and says, here I am. I need time. I need to think about it. Leave now. And we'll talk later, okay?
I want to see you again. Soon. And I want to hold you again. And I want to know that you want the same thing.
I have to have time, Ryan. I'll call you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Why wouldn't Grandma come and let me say goodbye to Mr. Connor?
Well, I guess it's because Mr. Connor and I had some things to talk about and figure out.
That's what Grandma said, but maybe I could have helped you figure them out.
Maybe. But sometimes when grown-ups have things to talk about, I like to keep them private.
Like what?
If I told you what it was, it wouldn't be private, would it?
I wouldn't tell anybody.
I know you wouldn't. But for now, I'd like to keep this private.
Is Mr. Connor gone?
Yes. I think he'll be back another time.
You just think? You mean you're not sure?
You want him to come back, Steve?
Yes, tomorrow.
You really like him, don't you?
Yeah, and I think you do too.
Do you mind if I like him?
No, as long as you keep on liking me.
Oh, honey, I love you. That'll never change.
And you'll still love me as much as always?
More. The better I get to know you, the more I love you.
Then it's okay for you to like him too.
It's all pretty simple, isn't it?
Sure.
Steve, do you remember your father?
I remember when he threw me up in the air and it was so high I thought maybe I wouldn't come down.
That always used to make you laugh. And your father, too.
And I remember when I put his boots on once, but they were way too big.
That was later when he went away.
Mom, you know he was so big and threw me so high. I thought maybe he was a giant.
You did? You never told me that.
Well, that one when I was just a little kid. Now I know there's no such thing as giants. Are there?
No, honey, there aren't. Your father was just a man. A good, brave man. He loved you. And me.
And besides, giants live forever. I mean, they would if there were any. And besides, my daddy's dead, isn't he?
I will tell Iris that we're going out for dinner, and I want you to show Justin some hospitality, in case you haven't forgotten.
What do you have to drink, Justin?
Same as you.
You got it. Club soda. I suppose those bandages will be coming off soon.
Yeah, a few days, just minor burns.
Minor, yeah. The Decker boy's going to be fine, thanks to you. Very lucky.
Yeah, he's really lucky.
Your sister, Courtney, had a great deal to do with pulling him through. She's a very fine surgeon. Proud to know her. And now I'm proud to meet her brother.
Thank you, Kevin. I hear you. That's just really hard to take in. See, when I left Houston, Courtney was a junior in high school, working over a Bunsen burner. Now I come back and she's a really fine surgeon.
Must have been quite a jolt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, among many. See, I knew there'd be changes. I just knew, but there was a part of me that expected to walk right off that airplane and right into my father's house and expected to be 10 years ago with my sister practicing the piano and Paige out in the backyard with her cheerleading and my brother Barrett and my father.
I'm truly sorry, Justin.
Yeah. Only the ranch and my grandmother seem to go on and on and on, just like I thought they always would. But everything else has changed.
See, you mean Rena?
What?
Everything's changed. I assumed you meant the maturity and dignity that have come to Rena over the years.
Rena is one of a kind.
Yeah.
Rena's...
We'll be delighted to have dinner out, and so is Iris. And we've decided on the Top of the World Club. Is that okay with you, Justin? Oh, perhaps you'd like to have dinner someplace else, considering how you feel about Alex Wheeler.
No. The Top of the World Club would really hit the spot. My sister, Paige, is working on a nightclub act there. I'd like to see her, see if she knows her way around.
Good.
Well, Mr. Big.
Thought you were going to sing something, Paige.
I am, boss.
Honey, let's order. I'm starved.
Sure, honey.
Now, you are the boss, Clippy, and yet you're taking orders from your little lady friend over here. I hope there isn't anybody else that you take orders from.
Nobody else has Terry's clout, for sure.
Here you go, Mr. Curtis. Doubles, just as you ordered. And they are excellent, even though I don't like to toot my own horn. But you know, I like to put a little personal touch.
Right, just set the drinks down. Skip the testimonial.
Well, I'd just like to put a little personal
I don't
touch.
drink doubles. One of those and I'll be on the floor.
Come on, honey, this is a celebration.
Hey, boss, what is it, a raise or a promotion? I guess my information came in handy, huh? You want me to join in on your little party?
Right, you get back to your job, or you're going to be celebrating on the unemployment line.
I just hope you remember where that information came from. Clip.
What was he talking about?
Hey, later, for the hired help, this is our night. Here's to us.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I guess I'll just go join the hired help. Nothing more offensive than a love scene in public.
Like what you see, Miss Marshall?
I, like what I heard, Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to know more about it?
Yeah.
This is pretty tricky stuff. You sure you can handle it?
Try me.
I wish I could tell you, but, you know, I'm a man of my word and all that, and, well, I promised, Clip that we just keep it between ourselves. Sorry about that, baby.
Well, hello, big brother.
Hey, hi, honey. I'd like to introduce you all to my sister, Paige.
Hi, folks. I remember you, Rena.
And I remember you, honey, but you're all grown up.
Oh, show business, Rena. Grows you up fast and sharpens your claws. And of course, I just met Iris with your friend Alex Wheeler.
Hello, Paige. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you. And Dr. Cook, I presume.
You presume correctly. Nice to see you, Paige.
Your reputation precedes you, Doctor, as opposed to mine, which follows me in hot pursuit wherever I go.
Looks like my sister can handle all of her own introductions.
In a lot more ways than you think, Doc.
Oh, thank you. Shall we?
Would you like to join us, honey?
Oh, thanks, Rena, but I'm a working girl. Gotta earn my keep.
Well, don't you work too hard, you hear?
Thank you. Big Brother is watching me.
Just like a hawk.
You looking out for little Paige in this big, bad den of iniquity?
My little sister Paige could mop up the floor in this big bad den of iniquity.
When last we met, brother dear, you were having a fit at the possibility of my making music in this place. And now look, here you are in our midst, rubbing elbows with the creme de la creme.
Sis, can't a brother have a change of heart?
I should have known you'd forgive Wheeler. A live and let live guy like you.
It's live and let die, baby, and don't you forget it.
Well, I hope you're not planning on making him dead tonight, at least not in the middle of my act.
Oh, no, I came here to see you, to catch your act.
Gee, Just, I didn't realize you were a fan.
Just consider me a student.
What can I teach you?
You already have. And that is, to get to be friends with somebody, you have to play in their neighborhood.
I've been playing in Mr. Wheeler's neighborhood for a little while now. Maybe you'd be interested in hearing about our friendship.
After dinner, baby. After dinner, that's when I really work up an appetite. Please excuse me. Paige wanted to see what the prognosis was.
Oh, Justin, I saw your rescue mission on television. I've always wanted to meet a bona fide hero.
Well, I'm afraid you still have to meet one because I'm not. I was just doing a favor for a friend. He's done a few for me, and he'll probably continue. See, in Texas, we like to remember who we owe.
Risking life and limb to honor a debt, that sounds pretty heroic to me.
Well, I'm glad you think of it that way. That means you're becoming a true Texan.
Still enough of a tenderfoot to wonder how badly those burns must hurt.
Oh, hardly at all. I don't even notice them.
Well, that's pretty heroic, too, remaining silent in the face of pain. Now, some men would scream bloody murder just because their dinner's a little late, but Justin has always been heroic. Iris, do you know that when he was younger, he was a savage?
Oh, I didn't realize there were savages in Texas.
Maybe they came down from Oklahoma.
Iris, now you know what I mean. It's true. I mean, just today I was hearing these wild tales about Justin when he was a young boy. From, what's his name that works out at the
Max
ranch?
Decker.
Oh, yes.
Best friend a guy ever had.
Anyway, he told me these stories about when he and Justin were young. There had been this huge pack of wolves.
Coyotes. There's hardly any
Well,
wolves
whatever they
around
were.
here.
This huge pack of vicious coyotes
There's
were...
just one.
What?
Not a pack, just one.
Well, honey, this vicious coyote was terrorizing people all over the town. In fact, they were
killed a few
attacking them in the
calves.
middle of the night. So Justin and this foreman, whatever his name is, they decided to organize this expedition. Well, honey, they were gone for weeks
Yeah, we
and
were gone 3
weeks,
days.
and it got so bad they didn't have anything to eat, not a bit to drink.
We had water and
so
some beef
eventually they
jerky.
had to shoot their horses, and they were walking, and finally their poor feet were the feet started
Actually,
to
we were a little
bleed,
tired,
and
and
then.
the horses were a little tired, too. That's all.
Now, come on, honey. Max said that you were ready to drop, that you kept driving him, but you kept reminding him that those coyotes were made of meat. Now, isn't that true? Now, so you said, so you know what they had to do? That this coyote, well, all they had to do was outlast this coyote by 5 minutes. And guess what, Iris?
What?
They did, and guess what happened to the coyote?
What?
Justin shot him between the eyes with a .30-30.
Oh, goodness, Justin. What single-minded determination. I hope you never end up tracking me anyplace.
Why, lovely lady, didn't you know? I already am.
Iris Carrington's over there with Justin Marshall. It's very strange.
What's so strange about people being sociable? You and I are pretty sociable.
Never mind, Clipper. But I'd better tell Alex.
Hey, now that's the country in you talking again, baby. Now relax.
Country? What's country got to do with it?
This is the city, kid. I mean, Iris Carrington mingles with Justin Marshall. Maybe Alex finds out, maybe he doesn't. Either way, he doesn't complain. Because he's been mingling with Victoria Bellman.
What do you know about...
Stay tuned for the conclusion of Texas.
Did I hit a nerve, baby?
Clipper, I can't
Come on. Tell me about how Alex Wheeler's been fooling around with Mrs. Stryker Bellman. You love her with Clipper. And the Clipper will take you home for dessert.
Well, whatever my job description, it doesn't include gossiping.
You certainly are.
What did you hear about this anyway?
Here, aren't you?
Practically from the horse's mouth. Mrs. Bellman and Marina were in here one day kicking up a big ruckus.
I better
about
set
it.
myself
One
up
of my
for an
employees
evening of
happened to overhear.
educational television
What,
and...
you had Paige Marshall just mind
This is
her own
one you
business?
can't blame
educated.
on her.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
There's no way of knowing what lies ahead or where the road is going. So if our heart is smart, it won't wait for life to start. When I'm with you somehow, I know tomorrow's here and now. It's not a best of time. They'll stand the test of time. We don't need the years to show what our hearts already know. It's not the best of time. They'll stand the test of time. Oh, it's an uphill climb. I know we'll find a way to make each day the best of times. Standing on the edge, there's no way of knowing what lies ahead or where the road is going. So if our heart